Eric Adams. The past few lives we did, we went over his indictment, probably about 65 to 70% of it because it was long as hell. But then yesterday we pivoted and talked about some mistakes that his attorney made, but we took a deep dive into the potential argument that his attorney is going to make for his client's innocence. I thought this story was interesting because one of the things we got to talk about is the cover up. A lot of times when a person commits a crime or is accused of have been committing a crime, the cover up is what makes it just look shady and disingenuous. So I wanted to dive into this article because, hey, we've all forgotten passwords before. You got a password on your phone, your bank app, your social media app, your work login, your work computer, your work phone, a gazillion passwords. And it's not uncommon to forget them or something like that. That happens. How often do you actually forget the password to your personal phone, even after changing it? I thought this article was interesting. Y'all let me know, is this a genuine mistake or is Eric Adams on that BS? Let's dive into the article. Eric Adams and the missing password. Feds say the NYC Mayor locked phone before he seized it. This article came out yesterday. It says, there's hardly a device or service that doesn't demand a unique series of digits, letters, or phrases, or fingerprints, or facial views. Last November, New York Mayor Eric Adams told the FBI agent that he'd made an innocent mistake by changing and then forgetting the passcode to his mobile phone, making it more difficult for investigators to probe its contents. Bruh. Really? Now, of course, as we are all aware, Eric Adams is under investigation, essentially from taking bribes from the Turkish government in exchange for quid pro quo. You scratch my back with campaign finance contributions, and I'll help you all get this Turkish consulate built up and avoid state scrutiny of certain restrictions to make sure the building is safe. That's what the allegations are. Plus, he got a bunch of upgrades to Turkish bathhouses, hotels, and flights that appeared to be a little fugazi and suspect. Last November 2nd, the former police captain, Eric Adams, was in Washington for a meeting at the White House when he learned the FBI had visited the home of his top fundraiser, Brianna Suggs. Suggs phoned Adams 5 times before answering the door, prosecutors say. The mayor canceled the White House meeting and dashed back to New York immediately. During an interview with the FBI, that's hilarious. I'm just looking like, why is this ad popping up about gynecologists on the on the side of the screen? I see some draws stretched open. But in any event, it says, during an interview with the FBI, an Adams staffer excused herself and while in the bathroom, allegedly deleted from her phone encrypted messages app she used to communicate with Adams, a Turkish businessman, and others in the indictment. 4 days later, the FBI came armed with a search warrant for Adams' own phones, but the mayor was only carrying his 2 official devices, his personal device, the one he had used to discuss campaign finance, and allegedly official favors for the Turkish government was at home. On November 5th, Adams surrendered his mobile phone, but there was a hitch. When Adams produced his personal cell phone the next day in response to a subpoena, it was locked, such that the device required a password to open. The indictment said Adams claimed that after he learned about the investigation, he changed passwords the same day and increased the complexity of his password. The mayor said he changed the password to prevent members of his staff from accidentally deleting anything. But Adams further claimed he had forgotten the password he had just set and thus was unable to provide the FBI with a password that would unlock the phone, the indictment says. Really, bro? That's what you're going with? You change your password to prevent people. You change the password on your personal device to prevent people from deleting stuff. Who is people? You? And then you forgot the password. Hey, I'm going to call cap on this, but I will say it was probably a savvy and smart move, but it's definitely bullshit. It definitely comes off as disingenuous. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Are you leaning towards the facts in the indictment being true, or do you think that they're just hounding Eric Adams and trying to get him on some trumped up charges? And if you enjoyed this content, check out the content on the screen. There's going to be more content related to finance and attorney reactions.